Chris Bradley here with Alex Young. We welcome you to Romney Middle School in Romney, West Virginia, as we get set for our opening match. And this is the music for Chemo the Samoan and Warlock, being brought to the ring by Brooklyn.
Yeah, the South Pacific Staten Islanders.
Yes, that is what they allegedly call themselves, as we prepare for tag team action to kick us off. We've seen Warlock and Chemo together in tag team action numerous times over the past several months, and they're developing some real continuity here as Warlock holds the ropes for the lovely Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm really kind of surprised how well Chemo is doing with the tag team wrestling, especially since he doesn't, well, speak English or as I know, any language for that matter.
Yeah, as far as we know, that's right. But let's and here comes the first member of the other team, Tea Time Anthony Odyssey from Pebble Beach.
You know, why does a golfer think they can wrestle?
Well, we got our first look at him last month where he had a run-in with the Barbarian that hopefully tonight will go a little bit better for him. That's an interesting hat.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, that little flag that's sticking out of his head, is that from the Barbarian or is that part of the hat or what?
I suspect that's actually part of the hat. Anthony Odyssey, a talented young wrestler, a fun-loving kid, is that, well, you can just insert the Caddyshack jokes anytime you want to, Alex.
Or Happy Gilmore, for that matter.
And his tag team partner, someone we all know well. There's the Prince of Pranks, Hijinks, and there's Miss Ginger. Hijinks and Anthony Odyssey taking on Chemo and the Warlock in our opening bout.
Man, you want to talk about a real odd couple? I mean, this is it right here. Not that they're different from each other, they're both just odd.
Well, they are different from each other, and well, at least, you know, unlike some tag teams, they're not wearing matching outfits, so it'll be easy to tell them apart.
There is that. I guess it depends whether or not you're an old school fan or the new school.
Well, Mike DiMuzio, I'm guessing he's old school. He doesn't seem to know how to react to a wrestler wanting to do the bump.
Hey, I don't want to do the bump with Hijinks either.
I think that's something most of us have in common. But set to go anyway. Great tag team action. Good crowd on hand in Romney as we prepare for this big event being brought to you for the Hampshire High School golf team. Oh, excuse me, for the bowling team tonight. We'll probably do the golf team some other time. I got confused. Anthony Odyssey's in the ring. Hampshire High School bowling team. Great sponsor tonight.
Yeah, so how long before we see a bowler turned wrestler?
Let's not give anybody any ideas. Hijinks and Odyssey getting this crowd behind them here in Romney. They're here to see some fine wrestling tonight. Mike DiMuzio, your referee. Chemo the Samoan doesn't know what to make of his opponents, although he has stepped in the ring with Hijinks before. Chemo not getting the crowd support he's hoping for.
Yeah, I thought Chemo's stance was much better than Hijinks.
Well, doesn't seem to enjoy the sort of broad appeal that Hijinks has. Anyway, the argument has begun over who's going to start, and I think it's going to be Hijinks and Chemo. And we should be underway any second here on Showdown. Don't forget, fans, March the 18th, we're going to be in Kaiser. Brawl at the Hall, 7:30 p.m. bill time at the Kaiser Fire Hall, corner of Route 220 and Center Street, as Warlock tries to keep Chemo focused on the match. It's kind of hard to, well, I guess the dance-off continues.
Oh, how can they boo? That is a ancient ceremonious Samoan dance. They should not be booing his culture like that.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what dance steps Warlock has, but maybe that'll wait for another match. There's the opening bell, and Hijinks doing his impression of the ceremonial Samoan dance. These two trying to figure each other out. I think Hijinks and Odyssey have teamed together in other promotions, but I don't think they have here in CPW. On to get started. And a hip lock takeover. Nice move there by Hijinks as he celebrates with a little bit of hustle right there.
This is more of a dance-off than a wrestling match right now.
Well, we saw one wrestling move. Let's give it time. Also, fans, we're back in Romney on Saturday night, April the 15th, with our 9th anniversary show, Birthday Bash, and already announced Greg the Hammer Valentine. I don't think he'll be in any dance-off, but you never know around here. Headlock by Hijinks. Thought he's cracking it in. Chemo shoots Hijinks off the ropes. Shoulder tackle by Hijinks. Duck under and hip toss and reverse by Hijinks. Hijinks gets the advantage again. And Chemo, holding his back, heads back to his corner.
Yeah, Chemo not having too much luck with those hip tosses on Hijinks.
Also, fans, want to alert everybody, we have our first DVD out. The first 5 episodes of CPW Showdown on DVD. Visit the website or come pick up a copy at any one of our shows. As they lock up again. Oh, Chemo, I think he went to the eyes there. And that seemed to work as Chemo taking advantage and working over the head and the neck of Hijinks. Went for a headbutt, but that seemed to hurt both men. Goes for another hip lock. Misses the clothesline. Purple Nurple! No, now it's a purple Nurple. Well, Chemo knew what he was doing the first time, but wasn't expecting. And here comes Warlock, and there goes Warlock. And this is going to traumatize both these wrestlers. I tell you. Yeah, there's just no defense against. Oh, and Warlock accidentally clocks Chemo. Here comes Anthony Odyssey, double clothesline. Odyssey just laying in wait, and Hijinks and Anthony Odyssey have cleared the ring, and there's going to be some celebrating here in Romney.
What is this?
But they cleared the ring. They cleared the ring, and they're doing a little dance. And shaking their groove things. I don't know. I'm out of 70s references. Anyway, Chemo and Warlock out on the floor as Brooklyn tries to relax him, get him back in the match. And this is what they needed. They needed a breather. And Hijinks and Odyssey, by getting in Mike DeMuzio's way, they're actually breaking up the count and giving Chemo and Warlock more time.
Well, Hijinks wants to prove that he can actually count to 10, and DeMuzio, of course, doesn't believe he can, so he stopped them.
We all know Hijinks can count to 10. And if you don't, that's something you can ask him about at the show next month in Kaiser. Tag into Anthony Odyssey. And this is our first chance to see him tonight. And there's Warlock. The two bigger men going to size each other up. Yeah, Warlock should stay out of that corner, I think. Nothing good can happen to him there. Lock up. On a drop toe hold. Nice move by Anthony Odyssey. Odyssey, very well known as a tag team wrestler in this area prior to arriving in CPW. And using good basic technique there.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he was able to get the jump on Warlock there. Warlock is a very tough competitor. I mean, he's not easy to bring down.
No, he's not, but Odyssey does have that speed advantage there. And that was impressive, getting Warlock off his feet. Going for a test of strength. And looks like Odyssey's not comfortable with. No, well, there we go. Lining up for the Greco-Roman. No, he kicks him in the midsection. Well, that was probably a better idea than the test of strength. Oh, and a double arm DDT. Warlock is down, and the tag into Hijinks.
Warlock didn't stay down very long. It takes a lot to keep him down.
No, Warlock's a tough individual. Hijinks whips him into the corner. And I think Hijinks should be careful. He's about to make a no, Chemo pulls Warlock out of the way. Hijinks took too long to set that up, and Warlock looked too prepared for it, frankly.
Hey, that was excellent teamwork there for Chemo to come over and save his opponent. Save his partner like that. That was just brilliant.
And Warlock slapping Anthony Odyssey, knocking him off the apron, and they use a distraction to get Hijinks into the wrong part of town where the Islanders can work him over. And the referee tied up with Odyssey. Oh, and now Chemo sets Hijinks up, suplexes him over. Hijinks fought that the whole way, but it looks as if Hijinks got dropped in his head. And right now, Warlock has the advantage. Fist drop. Hijinks is in serious trouble.
Yeah, Hijinks, he fought that suplex, but it ended up turning into more of a DDT, so either way, he kind of lost out on that.
Yeah, Chemo the Samoan deceptively strong. Warlock with a choke over the middle rope. And Mike DiMuzio gets him out of the way. There's Brooklyn. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I hate to see that managers interfering in a contest.
Hey, you know, they're there for a reason.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be the reason they're there. As Hijinks sets up, Chemo uses his bare foot, and Hijinks gets smashed into the bare foot. And Chemo tagged in. Chemo all over Hijinks here. As our crowd looks on at Romney. Whip in and a double chop to the chest. Very nice. Hijinks just not able to get on track these past couple minutes. Big leg drop by Chemo. And there's a cocky cover. And Hijinks able to get his shoulder up with little difficulty.
Yeah, but Hijinks is in trouble now. You know, if he doesn't make the tag, it could be over. And I have to say, Anthony Odyssey looks totally different without the golf sweater vest on.
Well, it's a little warm here in the building. I don't blame him for choosing to take that off.
What, you mean you don't think it's a good idea to be wrestling in a sweater?
Perhaps not. I haven't really seen it used all that much here in CPW. Choke by Chemo. And Chemo, punch right to the face of Odyssey. And they got Odyssey fired up enough that he's coming in. And Mike DiMuzio losing track of what's going on in the ring. Ginger trying to get DiMuzio focused on the double team right there. Suplex on Hijinks. And they pretend to tag. Well, they certainly had enough time to tag. And we're going to see there's a chin lock, and Warlock puts his knee right in the back of Hijinks' neck.
Yeah, I mean, not only is it affecting Hijinks' breathing right now, but, you know, it's really stretching out that neck, and the neck is probably one of the worst spots to get hurt.
That's true. Hijinks fighting his way out. Elbow to the midsection. And Hijinks just pulls him down by the hair. I don't think the elbows to the midsection necessarily made a huge difference. As Warlock picking up Hijinks. They've had Hijinks in the wrong corner. They have cut the ring off. And Hijinks has been in trouble these past few minutes, and a tag back into Chemo. And he's coming off the middle turnbuckle with a double sledge right to the point of that elbow. Fans, what a tremendous show we're going to have in Kaiser. And CPW, there's Brooklyn choking Hijinks. I'm just starting to tell people about upcoming shows, and Brooklyn gets involved again.
Hey, you know, she knows how to get people's attention.
Well, she probably does. She got Hijinks' attention. Ginger, you know, very irate on the outside. Hijinks has been taking abuse for the past 5 minutes, and Ginger and Odyssey unable to do anything about it. Oh, and wait, Hijinks fighting back, but Chemo with a headbutt. Hijinks, right hand. And he's got the drop on Chemo now and a kick. Oh, and he gets tripped by Brooklyn. And Ginger's chasing Brooklyn. Ginger has chased Brooklyn to the back. That's good. Now there's not going to be any outside interference.
But we can't see the cat fight.
Oh, Samoan drop. Samoan drop on the Samoan. But Hijinks not in any position to capitalize. What he needs is to make the tag right now to Odyssey. Chemo heading to the corner towards Warlock. And the tag. Here comes Odyssey. Here comes Warlock. Odyssey with a clothesline. And another clothesline. And a splash in the corner on Warlock. Odyssey whips Warlock in. Big running splash. Down goes the Warlock. There's the cover. Only two. Hijinks and Chemo brawling on the outside. Warlock has him up. He's going for a big power slam. Missile drop kick. Missile drop kick by Hijinks. Odyssey has the cover, and that's it. Anthony Odyssey pins the Warlock. Hijinks and Odyssey are your winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am with Brian Big Johnson, who is coming back from after having his collarbone broke for the first time in 4 months?
Yeah, it's back in September, then they broke my collarbone, but I'm back. 100%, maybe not, but I am back enough to beat Bobby Fonta. Now Bobby, it's nothing personal. For the last couple months, you just been the wrong guy in the wrong place. And tonight, well, you're just a wrong opponent. Sorry, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, with Battlin Bobby Fonta. Bobby, you've had some really tough luck in CPW for your first year, and now you're fighting Brian Big Johnson, who has cost you a couple matches.
Well, for the past 2 months, Brian Johnson, you have cost me, like he just said, 2 matches. One, both against Renegade Richie Stevenson. Both, well, one was for the title, one just a regular match. First month, back in December, you hit me with a clipboard. January last month, you start beating the living crap out of me. Well, tonight, Brian Johnson, I will make sure I will get my revenge on you tonight. And you will be in the history books tonight, I'll guarantee it, because Brian Johnson will be known as the first person to lose a singles match to Battlin Bobby Fonta.
We've been ready for this next match for the past couple months, Alex Young. We are going to see, for the first time ever, Bobby Fonta stepping in the ring against this man, Brian Big Johnson.
This is probably the best time to aim for Fonta to take on Johnson. Johnson, this is his first match since coming back from the injury back in September where he had his collarbone broken.
That certainly hasn't stopped Brian Johnson from interfering the last couple months on behalf of Richie Stevens to cost Bobby Fonta matches here in CPW.
Yeah, he was bored.
He was bored. Well, let's see how bored Richie Stevens out there right now with a CPW championship belt. And here he comes, Bobby Fonta. Returning to Romney, the start of Bobby Fonta's second year here in Championship Pro Wrestling. This is where he debuted 1 year ago.
What a year it's been for him. I think he's, 0-28 or something?
Well, won the blindfold battle royal back in June. Won the big 12-man tag in Moorfield in November.
Yeah, but okay, singles matches.
Singles matches, perhaps not the best one-loss record. This isn't the only place he's wrestled, but this is his home. When he graduated from the Boogie Wrestling Camp in Shawsville, Virginia, Jimmy Valiant advised him, come here to CPW, you'll get lots of experience. And you have to admit, Bobby Fonta has gone up against the best CPW has had to throw at him every month.
And Fonta has a kind of a huge size disadvantage here.
Yeah, Johnson a legitimate, 6'7"? And Bobby Fonta is not 6'7".
Yeah, I think he's like 5'6".
Well, it's got a 1 foot advantage, probably a weight advantage too. Yeah, I think a big weight advantage as Johnson calling for a test of strength, and he's toying with Bobby Fonta. He's just making fun of the kid.
This is so funny. This is like David and Goliath here.
Isn't that funny? Bobby Fonta's 18 years old. Oh, and he just got suckered. Elbow right to the face. Brian Johnson, it's never too soon to start in with the cheap shots, huh, Alex?
Hey, it was legal.
Oh, and he just ran right into Brian Johnson's fist, and, well, that didn't go well for Fonta. Oh, my goodness, fans, April 15th in Kaiser, big CPW Showdown taping. Greg the Hammer Valentine will be there, and Johnson with a DDT. This could end very quickly, unfortunately for Bobby Fonta. There's the cover. Oh, Fonta just barely kicks out. If Johnson had hooked the leg and held him down, I think this could have been over.
Yeah, Johnson is probably a little bit cocky, but who knows? He's rusty. Maybe he just wants to, get as much done as he can.
Well, if he treats this as a workout session, I think it's a big mistake. He's just, oh my goodness. This kid's getting thrown around here. Bobby Fonta back for his second year, got nice new tights, and Richie Stevens choking away on Bobby Fonta over the top rope. There's your champion. What a class individual.
Last time we saw these two, you referred to Brian as the manager of champions. So is Richie the champion of managers?
I don't see why not. Roll up by Fonta. Hold on. He didn't get him all the way over, though. Brian's leg's just too long for Bobby Fonta. Fonta gets cut off with a lariat.
Yeah, unfortunately, that size advantage, worked to Brian Johnson's available. Excuse me, the advantage. Fonta was not able to roll over.
Getting a little bit excited, Alex. Big night here in Romney, and Brian Johnson, one of your favorites, going up against one of your least favorites, and Johnson's going for a full Nelson, and I don't know how Fonta with a jaw jacker. Fonta with a jaw jacker. Johnson wasn't expecting it. There's only a 1 count. Mike DiMuzio got down right away, but only a 1 count there.
Yeah, well, Fonta hasn't done much to Johnson yet. He's going to need to do a lot more to get the pin.
No, I agree with that. And Johnson getting that big boot up and choking Bobby Fonta against the corner turnbuckle. Like I said, we'll be back in Romney on April the 15th with Greg the Hammer Valentine as part of our birthday bash. So, and there's Richie again. Bobby Fonta, he's wrestling a 2-on-1 match.
Not really.
No, rolling. Oh, drop toe hold it, and Fonta lands right on his face. And Johnson has Fonta tied up. And what is he going for? Something looks very similar to an STF, but not exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Indian deathlock type thing there.
Well, Fonta not close enough to the ropes, and Johnson just smacking Bobby Fonta's head. I don't know how Bobby Fonta's going to get out of this. Oh, and unless he breaks the hold like he just did. He could have ended the match right there. Just laid it on Fonta until Fonta was unable to continue. But they're toying with Bobby Fonta. This is playtime now for the former Outcast.
Well, as I said, Johnson, he needs to make sure he's 100%. And what better way to do that than put yourself to the limit?
You've just talked about how inexperienced Bobby Fonta is, and he's talked about pushing himself to the limit. Charge in! Fonta gets out of the way, rolls Johnson up. Almost a 2 count right there. Having trouble holding Johnson down, runs right into the big boot. Just when Bobby Fonta gets some momentum going, and Fonta gets a shoulder up. Johnson, another cocky cover. Not able to put Bobby Fonta away like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's probably should be making a more serious pin attempt here. I'll give you that.
Well, he throws Fonta out to the floor. And there's the Renegade, and the Renegade's not helping him up. The Renegade's not helping him back in. The Renegade's stomping on the back of Bobby Fonta. And, well, there he is. Bobby Fonta in not much condition to continue. That's why the other wrestlers call him Battlin Bobby Fonta. He doesn't give up. Hasn't lost by submission yet. Front slam. And Johnson has it right here. He could have put him away.
Is Johnson saying he's going for the top rope?
I have never seen Brian Johnson come off the top rope. And I've seen most every match Johnson's had here in his CPW career. Oh, Fonta catches him. You're right, that was a mistake. Fonta's got Brian Johnson up on the middle turnbuckle. What's he doing? Ace Crusher off the middle turnbuckle. If Bobby Fonta can get Johnson rolled over, he might have his first CPW singles win. There's the cover. Oh, he had his foot on the rope, and Richie Stevens has to point it out to Mike DiMuzio. Otherwise, that could have been a 3 count.
That was a very scary moment there. I'll give you that. Fonta really pulled that out of nowhere.
Well, there's the flying shoulder tackle. Johnson's down. Cover. Hooks the leg. No. Can't hold Johnson down. Johnson gets the shoulder up. I don't know what Bobby Fonta can do here. He's got, he can do that splash off the ropes. Bullfrog splash. Cover. No. That was as close gets. But Brian Johnson didn't get to be a former CPW champion and a former tag champion by going down easy.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried right now. Johnson he's in trouble, I think.
Well, he took Bobby Fonta too lightly. Is Bobby going for a tornado DDT? I think that's where we're headed here. No, he just dropped off the top rope. He's got the cover.
It looked like a Russian suplex off the middle rope.
Yeah, but there's no referee because Richie's got him tied up. He just had him pinned with a Uranagi off the second rope. And Mike DiMuzio tied up with Richie Stevens. And Bobby, you need to not be so polite. Get in there. Oh, no. choke slam, and he landed right on his head. Choke slam by Brian Johnson. And Johnson pins Bobby Fonta here in Romney.
Hey, you know, Bobby took his eyes off the prize there, and, you know, the prize, you know, kicked his ass.
If there hadn't been so much outside interference going on, who knows? I think Bobby Fonta could have taken Brian Johnson. Well, that's not the code of honor being followed. That is Brian Johnson kicking a man while he's down.
No, I think he was trying to help him up, and his foot just got in the way.
Yeah, which is why they're both doing a jig. They're dancing a jig on Bobby Fonta in the middle of the ring. Somebody's got to come out here and help this kid. We got to get security in here. Mike DiMuzio calling for help. They're just making them. Wait, here's Shane Shadows. Shane Shadows hitting the ring, and Shane Shadows chasing off Richie Stevens and Brian Johnson.
You know, why does Shane care about this kid, huh? I don't understand that.
Well, Shane also cares about the fact that he wants a piece of Renegade Richie Stevens in that CPW title, and he's checking on Bobby Fonta right now. A win for Brian Johnson, but not as impressive a win as Johnson would have liked. Fans, here's what happened at Romney during Winter Blast 2006. The Bunkhouse Brawl for the new CPW West Virginia title. It came down to hijinks and the one-man warning, Bill Bain. But with the officials distracted by the brawl outside the ring between Damage Inc. and the Highwaymen, they did not see hijinks eliminate Bill Bain. Bain re-entered the ring and attacked hijinks from behind and dumps hijinks out over the top rope. To the dismay of many in attendance in Romney, Bill Bain left Romney Middle School with the CPW West Virginia title. Then, in our main event, it was the CPW champion, Renegade Richie Stevens, defending the title against 3S Sexy Shane Shadows in a fantastic back and forth encounter, until referee Buddha got into the way of a flying forearm by Shane Shadows. With Buddha down on the mat, opportunity presented itself, and Richie's friend Brian Big Johnson ran into the ring to check on his former partner. Johnson knocks out Sexy Shane Shadows with the brass knucks, and taking the place of Stevens puts himself on top of Shane. But wait, Bobby Fonta makes his way out to ringside and pulls Johnson off. Fonta points out to the referee that Johnson has entered as Stevens. That left Shane Shadows to roll up Renegade Richie Stevens and capture the CPW heavyweight title for a record 4th time. And now, we'll hear from the former CPW heavyweight champion, Renegade Richie Stevens, and the new champion, 3S Sexy Shane Shadows.
No! It's supposed to be this way! It wasn't supposed to be this way! I'm the champion! Go get it back. Not like this! It was a perfect plan! We had it all worked out! It wasn't supposed to be this way! Bobby Fonta, man. They won't let us wrestle as a tag team, and they were screwing us as singles. Do you realize that this was our first loss as singles competitors? We've been running roughshod all over this place, and they can handle it! Well, Shadows, we've done it your way! Congratulations, you're the champ! Now, we're gonna do it our way! The way we settle things. When we have a problem with another member of our club, we stand around in a circle, we get everybody around, and the two people get in the center, and they handle things, they hash it out until one person isn't moving. And if anybody tries to escape that circle, everyone on the outside has a weapon, and they don't make it very far. So Shadows, we've done it your way. Next month, I am challenging you to put that title on the line in an Outcast death match. And we'll see how well you do in our world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am in the CPW locker room with the new CPW champion, Sexy Shane Shadows. But an irate Richie Stevens come back here and he challenged you to an Outcast death match or something.
What is an Outcast death match?
He said something about a circle of guys with weapons. of some sort to keep both of you in your fighting? He wasn't really clear. He was pretty irate.
Huh. You know, in Hagerstown, Maryland, I knew a guy by the name of Cooter Danielson, about the toughest biker that I ever knew. And he used to talk to me about when he would go to these bike rallies, how the guys would rev up their Harleys and they would sit, they would drink beer. And if a couple guys got into an issue, they would fight and everyone would stand around them and they would hold chains and they would have all this different equipment and the last man standing. But they called it a biker death match. So if that's what you're looking for, Richie Stevens, I accept your challenge, brother. I accept your challenge because I proved out here tonight you're a tough man. You're far tougher than I even thought you were. And I didn't underestimate you a bit. But if you want to take the opportunity to try to come up with something, some kind of a way for you to try to get this championship belt back, I tell you what, I'm more than ready to rise to the occasion, brother, because I got to tell you, it's been 3 years since I was the champion, and I got to tell you, it feels great, Rob. It feels absolutely great to come up here and Romney and go and represent Paul and represent Kaiser. So at the Brawl for the Hall on March the 18th, brother, I accept your challenge to your Outcast death match, and the last man standing will, in fact, be the CPW champion.
Fans, we hope to see you Saturday night, March the 18th, 7:30 p.m. bell time at the Kaiser Fire Hall, the corner of Route 220 and Center Street in the heart of Kaiser, West Virginia. It's Brawl at the Hall 2006. In our main event, we will see the rematch as CPW Unified Champion 3S Sexy Shane Shadows defends against the former champion, the Renegade Richie Stevens. Plus, in a match for the West Virginia title, the champion Bill Bain takes on the #1 contender Hijinks with Miss Ginger. If Hijinks loses the match, the services of Miss Ginger will go to the one-man warning Bill Bain. We'll have more on this on our next episode of CPW Showdown. And then, in an intense, hotly contested 6-man tag, it will be the CPW Tag Team Champions, the Highwaymen, and Brian Big Johnson, with Manager of Champions Gino Sammartino. They will be taking on Damage Inc. and the Mega Rocker, Bob Keller. A lot of bad blood in that contest. Also on the card, Sergeant Cody McGraw takes on Jackpot Jimmy Jessup. You'll also see Kimo the Samoan with Brooke Lynn, Tea Time Anthony Odyssey, the CPW debut of Kid Rage, the action of the Proving Ground, and much more Saturday night, March the 18th in Kaiser. And then Saturday, April the 15th, CPW celebrates its 9th anniversary with Birthday Bash. We begin at 3 p.m. at the Kaiser Fire Hall with a special CPW Showdown taping. Wrestling on that tremendous show, WWE Hall of Famer Greg the Hammer Valentine. And then 8 p.m., the Romney Middle School, 110 School Street in Romney, West Virginia. The second half of Birthday Bash, WWE Hall of Famer Greg the Hammer Valentine, CPW Champion Sexy Shane Shadows, Tag Team Champions the Highwaymen, Renegade Richie Stevens, Mega Rocker Bob Keller, all the top CPW wrestlers make their way to Romney to celebrate the beginning of the 10th year of Championship Pro Wrestling. Don't miss it. Be there.